Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris Don One, and I'm back with another video. You know what you got to do: rate, comment, subscribe. Please believe, hit that notification bell so it'll let you know when my next live stream or video goes down. Damn, follow me on Twitter, and let's get into today's video. Today's video is coming from today's video is about the contriting saga of Ezekiel Elliott. Okay, so Ezekiel Elliott is still holding out. And before I begin, I first like to state this: huge, die-hard Dallas Cowboy fan. All right, so don't get it twisted. I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan since birth. Okay, so I've been there through the good and the bad. All right, and I think Ezekiel Elliott sees the writing on the wall when you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Now, if you understand Dallas Cowboys history, from the beginning of the Dallas Cowboys to Emmitt Smith, they were known to take care of their running backs. Running backs such as Emmitt Smith, Tony Dorsett. Okay, they have traditionally always took care of their running backs, especially if their running backs are very, very special. Now, after Emmitt Smith, they have taken a different approach on how to handle their running backs. And basically, they don't want, and all you have to do is look at DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray, he wasn't as talented as Emmitt Smith, in my opinion, nor Ezekiel Elliott, but he was still a good, productive running back, okay? That took a lot of hits and took a lot of carries for the Dallas Cowboys. They put so many carries on him, man. They carried, he was carrying a station wagon, all right? And when it came time to break him off and give him a contract, they didn't want to do that. Why? Because of two folds. One, they felt like they was not going to get the same type of production from DeMarco Murray if they would have gave him all that money. And two, they wasn't. It was the beginning of the era that we are in today. This is a throwing league, folks. This ain't no. We're just going to give the ball to our running back, and we're just going to eat time off the clock. It's not built that way anymore. In today's NFL, if you ain't got a quarterback, partner, you struggling. For real. So plus with the salary cap, you can't necessarily pay everybody, top dollar. Somebody is going to have to take a hometown discount. And if you understand Ezekiel Elliott, you looking at it as, why should it be him? He's, if you have been following him, he's been pretty much consistent as far as, production wise. But if you look at the Dallas Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott sees the writing on the wall, he knows that the Dallas Cowboys got 2 more years on this contract. Then they can franchise him for like up to 2 to 3 years. They can just continue to keep giving him 1-year deals and just give him the franchise tag, okay? But Ezekiel Elliott wants a huge payday. But the problem with Ezekiel Elliott is twofold. One, the era that we're living in. It's not a running back league no more. It's a quarterback-driven league, okay? Because the rules dictate it to be so. So if you're an average marginal quarterback, you can get a huge payday in the current climate we in with the rules that are being in place, okay? The rules are more favorable for quarterbacks than any other position, okay? And two, Ezekiel Elliott, every offseason, he's always, his name is always in the mouth with being in trouble, particularly with law enforcement, all right? And that's another strike that's on him, where the Cowboys and Jerry Jones can walk up to Zeke at the negotiation tables and go, "Hey, look, man, you've been in a lot of trouble, these amount of years, and we have always supported you. I even had your back so much, I was going to hire lawyers to help you win your case with Roger Goodell, which ultimately you ended up being suspended anyway." Okay, so they done had Ezekiel Elliott's back, since day one, particularly, and they supported him even through his legal trials and tribulations. Okay, so when you got those strikes playing, and at the time they were playing for you, because see, you knew the organization had your support, they had your back. Okay, they got you. Okay, but then it's a two-way street with that. Now, the things that you were proud about the organization doing for you are the things that's probably ultimately is going to keep you from getting your money. Okay, at the end of the day, it's tough to and also, if you look at the stats statistically for Ezekiel Elliott, if you look at his touches, his carries, they have been going up, similar to DeMarco Murray. All right. If you look at did DeMarco Murray get his huge payday with the Dallas Cowboys? No. He ended up being traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. And he only lasted a cup of coffee there. Then he went to the Tennessee Titans. All right. And he had one spectacular, he had a decent year with Tennessee, then he fell off. Okay, because those carries start to add up. Those touches start to add up. All right. Plus, he was getting a lot older. DeMarco Murray just recently retired from the NFL because there was no takers for him, and he knew that. Okay, so if you look at how teams construct their teams, running back is not even the top 5 position that they look for. Okay, it's always going to be quarterback. It's always going to be the offensive line. It's always going to be the defensive line. Okay, maybe a linebacker, a cornerback, and then maybe a linebacker. Okay, and then the rest of the roster, the rest of the spots, the rest of the positions, you're not going to overspend for those positions. And running back is one of those positions. Okay, the Bell kid from Pittsburgh. Okay, he was good. He was great. If you look at his if you look at his production with Pittsburgh, Le'Veon Bell, he was great. Okay, but Pittsburgh was not going to give him that much money. All right, they was willing to trade him to New York. And now he's a member of the New York Jets, and he hasn't even gotten a down for the New York Jets. And now the New York Jets organization, there are some members of the New York Jets organization that's having buyer remorse. They're going like, wait a minute, I think we made a boo-boo here. I think we made a mistake. I think we overpaid too much to get him here. And he hasn't even he hasn't established himself in the regular season as a member of the New York Jets. So now they're having buyer's remorse, okay? Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown. I have no problem with AB, but the problem with AB is his position. He's never going to show you his talent until the quarterback throws it to him. Okay, so his position is not even a demanding position. Okay, and the Oakland Raiders, they're going to support him. John Gruden, they're going to support him through the roof. But give it a couple of years, they're going to start having buyer's remorse. They're going to look at it and go, wow, we spent a lot of money on a position that's really not, it's not a position where, he can solely do the production without the ball. He's going to need someone to throw the ball to him in order for us to see how good of an investment he is for our team and for our organization. Okay, so when you look at all those factors, this is not a running back driven league no more. It's a quarterback driven league. Okay, and the Dallas Cowboys have been drafting pretty good for the past 5 to 6 years. You have to give Stephen Jones that much kudos and credit. He has done a phenomenal job with the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to drafting. Okay, but it's a blessing and a curse when you draft well, because when you draft all these good players and you hit big on all these players on your team, you can't pay all of them. Some of them are going to have to go. Okay, you just Amari Cooper, you traded for him last year, so you know right off the gate you're going to have to pay him. Okay, because if you wasn't going to pay him, why would you do a trade for the Raiders just to have him there for 1 year, a rental? He's been pretty productive. You're going to have to pay him. Okay, Dak Prescott, you're going to have to end up paying him. Okay, now you would love for him to come to the negotiation table and take a hometown discount, but even he sees the writing on the wall. You're going to have to at least give him 30. You're going to have to break off 30 million for him a year. Okay, that's going to eat away on your salary cap. So you're hoping in the back of your mind that he'll probably take a pay cut. But why would he take a pay cut? Because it ain't like you got somebody behind him that he has to worry about. It ain't like there's somebody out there in free agency that can give you the same type of production and he's young. Okay, those quarterbacks are gone. They're already on teams. So you're stuck. All right, so you're going to have to take care of him. All right, and plus you got to have enough money aside, and you have to keep and you have to be somewhat under the salary cap, because down the road you got to take care of these defensive players that you've been drafting, because they are in line for a contract. Okay, none of these guys that they done hit on in the draft are studs. Are scrubs. Excuse me. They're not scrubs. These are studs, man. So you're gonna have to take care of them. And it's a team sport. It's a team concept. You have a hard cap. You can't go over the cap. Okay. So that's the problems the Cowboys have. It's a great problem to have, because if you look at some of these other NFL teams, all right, they don't even have a quarterback. Okay, and in some of these teams they haven't drafted very, very well. Okay, the Cowboys have been hitting on their drafts, on their picks. Okay, they got a lot of talented players on their squad. The problem is you can't pay them all. Okay, and that's what Ezekiel Elliott sees. He sees the writing on the wall. They're not gonna be able to pay me the money that I deserve, that he feels like he deserves. He wants to be one of the top paying running backs in the league. Well, he has a lot of strikes against him. His previous trials and tribulations throughout his career with the Cowboys. Plus, this is not a league where running backs dominate, running backs rule. Okay. Plus, it's a salary cap league. Okay. It ain't like back in the day with Emmitt Smith. You can just give him whatever. And, they didn't have a salary cap then. They could have gave Emmitt Smith whatever, and he had to hold out. Okay? Do anyone remember that? He had to hold out until ultimately Jerry Jones had to give him his money. Okay? We're in a salary cap year, and y'all think that the Joneses are just going to just automatic give him his money. It's just not going to work that way. Well, that's all I got for today. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next video. Deuces. Peace.